What's going on out there in YouTube land? This is, of course, Miko Evans, the CEO of the Make Corporation USA, also the CEO of Meak Productions, but we're actually on the Make Corporation USA end for those people that still getting to know me and that have been following me on Facebook for a long time. February the 10th marked 24 years of entrepreneurship and innovation for yours truly. So, and as you can see, I'm an original Atlantan. I'm not a native Atlantan. I'm an original. I'm born and raised. That's why I got this shirt. Atlanta is not for sale. You probably see it turned a different way. But anyway, I wanted to get on here before I end my day. I just got through doing a video shoot for one of our documentary series for the Meak Productions. And for those people that don't know, my other business, Meak Productions, is known as the world's first LGBT exclusive talent agency and production company. And so that's another project that we've been working on the other end. But I'm also involved with other target market demographics, such as the small business community, as well as the Christian market in some aspects with Rev Productions, and of course we have our video services, video and photography services that we do through A Squared Visual Media. A Squared Visual Media stands for African American or American Indian visual media. However you want to put the two A's. So because I'm both Black and American Indian. So for those people that didn't know, but I want to talk about the MoNique situation, and that has been going on for like almost a year, 2 years or more. And I don't think I never really had a chance to give my specific details about this. I'm really getting sick and tired of people from our community, the Black community, really the way that they even treated MoNique throughout the whole entire situation of this. And because it's very ironic that they want to blame MoNique, saying that MoNique run her mouth too much and all of that stuff, when and it's obvious that a lot of you who may be watching this who are vloggers or bloggers, it's very, very sad that some of you all don't do your homework, and you actually don't research the industry. You don't research certain people. And I've learned throughout my journey in life, standing in my truth, I learned throughout my journey in life, if you want to correct any problem, and if you really want to get to the heart of the matter, and if you really want to find solutions to a situation, go all the way back, not just to the beginning, but go all the way back before the beginning, because there was another beginning and another climax that led to the next beginning. And so, why everybody's around here, talking about, MoNique need to stop talking about this. She just needs to move on. And it's like, no offense, but she would move on. And I'm sure, and now looking at the success that she's already had by being the first African American female comic to have a residency in Las Vegas, she's already made history. And so she didn't need Netflix in the first place. But she did what she did to break down doors and to make a point about how we are being treated as it relates to the entertainment industry. And to be honest with you, this even goes further beyond entertainment. This goes in the general corporate arena. You know what I'm saying? And I think I mentioned this in a radio show at one point, but I didn't get a chance to talk about the specifics. And I want to really just remind everybody, if we go all the way back before the beginning, MoNique wouldn't have never had to open her mouth if it had not been for one person. To be honest with you, it kind of goes back even to Oprah. But as far as the blacklist issue, that wouldn't have never had been known if it had not been for Lee Daniels running his mouth. He the one that ran his mouth, that went to Larry King, not Larry King, that went to one of the other public radio shows and TV shows, went to live TV and said out his mouth that MoNique was blacklisted. He said that. MoNique didn't say anything because MoNique was already dealing with what happened to her as a result of what Oprah did as it relates to her family. And how Oprah handled the situation with MoNique's family, because MoNique was molested by her older brother, and Oprah wanted to feature this, but Oprah had certain instructions. Okay, you could do this, but you can't do this as far as involve my mother, my father, involve other members of my family because we are not on good terms right now, and most of it is due to that situation. So when Oprah violated that trust, then that's how the issue with Oprah that MoNique had with Oprah, that's how that started. The issue with Lee Daniels started when Lee Daniels began to spread lies and begin to open his mouth to talk about her being blacklisted because she was not contractually obligated to do something as it relates to pushing the movie Pressure. She had already did what she was able to do and what she was contracted to do because she already took a huge pay cut in doing the Precious movie. You see what I'm saying? All she was paid was $50,000. And she did that because she did not expect her friend. That's why it's unfortunate that you got to use friends loosely. Once again, trying to help a friend out. And seeing that she could relate to this movie because of some things that she went through in her past. Why do you think that Precious ended up winning an Oscar? It wasn't just because Tyler Perry got behind it and because Oprah got behind it. It was because of the performance. That's why MoNique won the Oscar, because of her performance. She was so believable to where they had to give her that award because she worked for it. And the girl took a pay cut. You see what I'm saying? So why would you stab her? That's why Lee Daniels, no offense, to him or anything like that. But that's why he deserves a foot in his ass because it's like, wait a minute, bro, why would you do that knowing that this girl helped you with that movie? And then on top of that, Lee Daniels also didn't do right by Dame Dash, who gave him startup investment money for the movie Precious. And whether Dame Dash got his money back or not, we still don't know. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I had kind of stopped following that once I saw what Dame Dash did to Lee Daniels and had to actually run up on his ass at a Diana Ross concert in the midst of while she was getting ready to sing, Reach Out and Touch. But like I said, getting back to the issue with that everybody got with MoNique, I said MoNique has one of the things that I learned, she's already been justified. That's why I wanted to complete that statement. One of the things that I've learned throughout my life is that truth don't need defense. Truth defends itself. And like the old elders back in the church used to say, your sins will find you out. So anybody that I say what is in the dark will come to the light. And so that's why, I'm glad that MoNique stood her ground because this right here shows her character. Now, did she always do things in the best way? I have to, at one point I was like, no, she probably could have did this better. But then I had to look at the situation because going back to the video clip that went viral was of her saying what she said about Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, and Oprah Winfrey, and doing while she was in the midst of doing the comedy thing, her comedy skit and stuff like that. I find it very interesting for somebody to be there to tape just that clip. Because see, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I find it very ironic that on this particular day, because I'm sure that she done talked about this situation in plenty of her stand-up comic gigs that she done went to, that she has had so far. So she's mentioned this situation probably more than once. But on this particular night, somebody decided to take this. And let's validate what I just said. Because out of all this time that she could have been taped, why on this particular night, somebody want to tape her going off about this situation? Because at that time, MoNique was tired. She was tired of being lied on. She was tired of people twisting everything that she was trying to say. Nobody knew anything about her being blacklisted, not even MoNique, nor her husband. They didn't know nothing about that. So, and when it came to the situation that what Oprah did to her family as it relates to her elder brother and stuff like that and her family, she had every right to be upset about that. And that was already in the news and that was supposed to have been squashed. But when the same people that knew that she was in the right did not stand up for her, She got frustrated. She was like, wait a minute, I can't take this anymore. And of course, she used her stand-up. She used her stand-up comedy as a way to vent. Most comics do that when they talk about real life issues. Most of them do that. So I find it very strange that somebody on this particular night want to tape her because see that's what gives me the conclusion that she's mentioned this in her stand-up comedy before. On this particular night, somebody must have heard her before and then decided to tape her on that particular night, when she, you know what I'm saying, when she was going to say what she had said about, those three people. And so getting to even the situation with the interview with Steve Harvey, I don't know why people are shocked by Steve Harvey's response. We already knew that Steve Harvey was a sellout when he had the nerve to meet with Donald Trump. That should have been in everybody's mind from day one. When he was already meeting, when we found out that he had a meeting with Donald Trump, that should have that should have showed you right there that Steve Harvey was a sellout then. Yeah, he might have said some things that probably made some sense, but when he said it and the way he said it and the way that he embarrassed MoNique, he knew exactly what he was doing. And I'm very proud. You can tell that MoNique was very disappointed in Steve. You already did not, because see, Steve called himself trying to upstage MoNique, because MoNique probably would have never even talked about the situation. Steve Harvey was the one to bring that situation up. She had went on Steve Harvey's show to talk about her residency in Las Vegas. She did not come on that show to talk about that bullshit. And if Steve wanted to talk about it, he could have did it in a more diplomatic fashion. He was no different than what he accused MoNique of. It was plain old, it was disrespectful, it was bullshit. And while he going around here trying to upstage MoNique and trying to embarrass her and chastise her, he don't even realize that he when people show you who they are, believe them. Ain't that what the late Maya Angelou always say? When people show you who they are, believe them. And Steve Harvey has shown me who he was more than once. He literally said that he don't give a fuck about integrity. He's about that. It's about the money game. He had already said that he don't give a shit about his integrity. I got my family to worry about, so I ain't got time to worry about integrity. I got my family to worry about. All made me fun, but who told you to have all them damn kids and all them damn wives? And then again, what's that say? You got all these kids. How the hell your kids gonna look up to you? Because your kids, that lets me know how you raising your children. You telling your children to sell their souls and not to fuck their souls, fuck integrity, just go and get their money. That's really what you teaching your kids. So you're not giving your kids anything to stand on. You either stand for something or settle for anything. You settle for anything. And it's like, it's obvious that Steve sold his soul. That's sad. He showed me who he was. This is who he's always been. And it's just interesting that everybody else, those that still want to support, what Steve said and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a lot of things that a lot of people did that they probably could have done better. But when it comes to how they stood up, I mean, you don't control how people stand up, especially when they are frustrated and stuff like that. That's a form of activism. And as a result of what MoNique did, black people that's going to Netflix now, see, they now know what time it is. You see what I'm saying? That's why LeBron James had to be the one to actually stand up for another actress when it came to another show that was going to be on Netflix. You see what I'm saying? While everybody else just wanted to get the check. Somebody had to stand up. And if it wasn't for the person that stood up, if it wasn't for people in our past that stood up, we wouldn't have the freedoms that we have now. And so that's what I'm saying. Why people treat MoNique like she don't know what the hell she talking about, when it's obvious she's been justified and validated more than once, especially when the whole situation with Damon Dash came out. That should have been MoNique tried to tell us. So I want to give a shout out to MoNique, and hoping that, I'm hoping that she see this video, and because I was one of the frequent participants in the frequent audience participants when MoNique had the MoNique show on BET. And it was me that started out first being in the audience. Then I had a chance to bring my mom with me. And so I know we was there for a few episodes with we was there when T Balls was there, when Chris Rock was there talking about his hair documentary. We was there for that. I think that was my first one, and then we was there for T Balls. We was there for Belle Biv DeVoe. We was there when RuPaul was there. We was there pushing his book. That's how we got a free copy of his book. We was there for BB and CC Winans when they released their reunion album. Still, we was there for that. When Anita Baker came and performed, we was there for that. We was there for it was about at least up to 10, anywhere between 7 to 10 episodes of the MoNique show. We was there. So I want to send this as a result. As a way of supporting MoNique, letting her know that I'm very proud of you and Sydney. It's not every day we see a lot of men standing up for their wives, especially in the black community. So I want to commend you for standing behind MoNique and making sure that she gets her just due. I'm hoping that one day I can get you all to actually come join me on my online radio and online TV show on YouTube, and so that I can reiterate again what I had said on this particular show. And everything like that, because I don't know if you may remember me or not, MoNique. But anyway, to everybody else that's viewing this, leave your comments below, because I'm going to try to see if I can do more commentary on YouTube more often, because I'm mostly always on online radio, so independently, so and everything. So let me know your thoughts, let me know your comments and stuff like that. Even if you disagree peacefully, because if I see any bullshit below, you're gonna be immediately blocked, deleted, and blocked. Okay, because I believe in constructive criticism, not all of this bashing, because a lot of y'all don't have online etiquette. You all do not have online internet etiquette at all. So so all social media did was bring out the truth and the real truth about people's character and stuff like that. So anyway, be respectful in your comments and stuff like that. And until next time, because I will be doing another video. My next video is going to be talking about some things that's going on in the gospel industry as it relates to some comments that Smokey Norfolk made concerning the Grammy win of Tori Kelly and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be talking about that and my concerns with that as well, and probably be talking about my concerns and commentary about the issues and stuff that's going on with the Clark sisters. So stay tuned for that, and look forward to hearing from you all, and hopefully seeing you real soon. Love you all. Take care.